can't see. Like, you just sit there going, okay, well, they're on the way. It's a completely different mentality to being able to see where somebody is. And there must be so much pressure on delivery drivers. They must get absolutely berated by some people that literally, like, you know, maybe have similar opinions to what I've thought of so far, but are actually kind of people to take it out on the person. Because, like, as much as, like, it does bother me when my food takes an hour and a half to get to me from 20 minutes away, like, I'm not somebody that's just going to rage out on somebody. Like, I understand mine's not first priority. These people might have paid for first priority. I don't know that, so I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to take it out on them. But, you know, other people will. And they must have, like, the worst fucking jobs for that, because they've literally got to go house to house, possibly getting yelled at, and you never know if they will. The live tracking is a form of micromanagement, I believe. Yeah, I have to agree with that. I think it's one of those sucky service jobs, unfortunately. I don't know. I think the other thing, too, is in a lot of different industries, there's always the potential for people to not think through what the person has gone through that evening, or maybe just, like, dealing with in general. As much as it sucks, like, waiting a bit longer or getting, like, in my case, my food never comes hot. So we just come to the agreement that if I want to order something, I will go and pick it up, or Nick will go and pick it up. Like, we've come to that conclusion over time, because even if I did pay for priority, mine is not first priority, mine's third priority. I never get top priority with, like, food deliveries and stuff, and I'm aware of that. So what do I do to fix it? I go and get it myself. It's not as lazy, it's not as comfortable, it's definitely not as easy, but, I mean, it is a solution. It's a solution that I can manage that makes it more comfortable for myself. Yeah, that's not your bed, Felicia. These are prisons. So we've now got 2 prisons, 3, 4, nearly there. Once this one gets built as well, what are you 2 doing? Oh, good. I was gonna say, I'm like, the fuck are you here doing? Just standing over this one person while they sleep? Jesus. I don't actually know if you've been in the colony before. I think maybe. They're not going to be right at the end, I don't think. No, you have. Okay. And you are right at the end. You must have been one of the very last people here. But I think you were... I thought you were a wild human, but that's okay. Look, the main thing is we've got somebody back that can fucking cook. Let's see. Cool. Alright, well, this has been good. We've got Fernandez... Oh, that's right. You've tried to run wild. You're a prisoner now. Okay, so we've got Fernandez and we've got Monkey left to get out of the prison. If I could get them out, it would be really great. And if I could get everybody else healed, that would also be great. The only problem is Mole is still catatonic. Where are you, Mole? That's Whale. Should be up here. Mole has been catatonic for a while. I hope he's okay. He's just been, like, out of it for ages. Alright, so I'll tell you what. What are you doing? Consuming rice. I'll let you finish your rice, Mia. And then I'll get you to come up here. What do we need? Building components. Okay. That's a problem. Wait a minute. Hold up. Do I have... That would be compacted machinery. Okay, I bet you anything I've got people that want to do mining. This is compacted machinery, right? This should give me components. I don't know who's my miners, but now that I've specified something can be mined, I'm sure they'll be up here. Also, this is compacted steel, which is... We have a lot of that here. So, hopefully they can do that soon. I don't think that's going to give me all that I need. It should give me a couple of bits. Let's see if I can find more. Hopefully they keep building this. And also... Oh, don't try to do that. Get rid of those, because that will stop me having electricity in here. I don't care which sets of... I need to build this too. I don't care which sets of apartments get built. I just need them to get built. This can go. That should give me enough components, okay? I don't think I need them for anything else. And since I'm here, why not? This has been one of the I would say one of the slowest RimWorlds, but there has been slower. It's still like the 14th of August, so I mean, we're nearly out of winter, I think, right? This is the only hard part about this. Yeah, we're nearly in spring. That's good. So when you get a permanent summer map, the hardest part is that when you click on this, and you can't see it behind my ass, but it basically says everything's permanent summer. So that doesn't help me for when I want to actually leave the base. I gotta remember August is winter. For when I am only at this location, we want to move forwards. New recruit monkey, finally. Now, I'm pretty sure you've been in the base before, briefly. I'm pretty sure we had such a fight to get monkey. And then he joined, and then he went berserk. And I really, to be fair, I've slapped monkey around a fair bit. You guys can make jokes about that all you want. I realized what I said as I was saying it. Oh, man. Tonight's been fantastic. I've said so many things that are questionable. Hey, Weber, welcome in. Shadow's here. Just to, like, get extra excited. What's up? You seem very excited. 6 these are pretty high skills. 6 construction. The high priority hunting. I kind of want construction to be higher. You got to make plushies say, oh wow, what'd you make? Did you end up making a bunny? Or a puppy? What's that bowl? What? BOL, what's a bowl? Also, congratulations on getting to make a plushie. Oh man, did you make a gorilla? A ball. Nice. Well, still, making a fucking round object is very fucking difficult to stitch up, so good job on that. Is it nice and, like, squishy? What'd you fill it with? Did you fill it with, like, what do they call it? It's like the synthetic kind of material or something like that, or like a cotton, or I'm not actually sure what else. Like, you could probably put, like, beans and all sorts of stuff in it, depending. Rice? Wheat? This is a ball plushie. It's great keychain. Oh, yeah. Thought it was stuffing like wool. Oh, okay, so wool stuffing. Nice. That's very nice. That would be really soft. That's a big one. So it's not like a keychain size. Is it big enough to maybe be also used as, like, maybe a pillow? Could it also be, like, possibly a pillow sort of size? I had to use the machine. Did you enjoy using the machine, though? Because I hate sewing, but I don't mind sewing with a machine. Because I can sew with a machine okay. I'm not going to say just fine because that's a fucking lie. I can sew okay. Like, just to clarify things, I failed home ec. I can't sew for shit. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I like the concept of it. I love that, like, people can fucking make things and you watch them make it and it's, like, crazy. And the ball was, like, as big as my hand. Okay. That's pretty solid size. Yeah. What color did you end up making it? Did you make it purple? Did you get a choice in colors? Fernandez, what are you doing? It's just in recruit stage. That's fine. Let's get these beds set up. I think I made 2 medical beds actually per room now that I'm looking at it. It's fine. So we didn't have normal fabric. So what did you use instead? Let me get a second proper bed up here. That one's supposed to be medical. A visitor. Sweet. I want to reinstall these. Tell you what, this will get me fixed up down here. Is that googly eyes the ball? You know what? You can. You could glue googly eyes to the ball, and then it's like, I don't know, what kind of creatures existed around? I'm just trying to think of some. Not that bad, actually. Don't do that. You don't want to reinstall that. Tell you what, let's reinstall this one. I guess I'm not sure it was something like a soft curtain. Possibly... What the fuck? Trantha has arrived. Welcome in, man. How you doing today? Are you at work? Did you use, like, oh, I know there's a material. The curtain was blue and white. Not like a corduroy material or something like that, right? Not like a heavy, dense material. I don't know why I thought of corduroy. That's like the first thing that came to brain. Oh yeah. Fucking, is it Bless? Yeah, Bless and Triantha. He's on Triantha at the moment. You're at work. Yeah, I was wondering about that because usually you're like blessed when you're away from your computer and stuff like that. So I was just checking. Oh my god, the raccoons are flying everywhere. She is, what is it? A herder called Purple Cat. Oh, I love it. I like the name. Purple Cat, hi. You've got stuff to trade. How about I send out Corpsey? Go trade with that. I really need... I need components and shit. If I brought these down, I get steel. I could do machining. Hold on, let's move this. Let's see. Let's move that to there. I don't think I got electricity over there yet. Is he familiar with it? I think he is. Too mirthless when I can. Blessed isn't verified. That's fair. Yeah, no. Mirthless has the same situation that I've got, that we set it up that only verified accounts can communicate, because he got a lot of spammers, similar to what I did when I started streaming, but he got them accessibly. So we really like increased all of his like securities and stuff like that. So it made it a lot harder for people to just come in and harass him nonstop, which is great because now you can actually watch him stream and play a fucking game and stuff instead of just being brought down constantly by people just bombarding him nonstop. Yeah, I was watching him a bit yesterday, but I ended up trying to go to sleep because I was really tired. And then I ended up not being able to fucking sleep because I ended up just unwell. So I didn't get much sleep yesterday. Today, whenever it was. I still don't feel great. It's fine. I know I'm just a little bit anxious about tomorrow's art stream. I'm always anxious about the art stream. Always. So even though I'm normally like a slow drawer, I'm just going to be going like extra slow pace tomorrow. Just absolutely, just totally chill, step back, no stress, no pressure, just fucking drawing and music. That's all it's going to be. It'll be great. Let's see. Let's sell some stuff. Is it, everyone was really shocked that I wanted to make plushies. I wouldn't be, because, like, mind you, you've also spoken about it a couple of times that you're enthusiastic to make them and stuff, so it doesn't really surprise me, but it could probably take a few people by surprise, especially since, like, you're very talented with, like, various things like arts and, like, music and also this sort of stuff as well. So you're probably, like, shockingly amazing in person with, like, all these fucking talents or whatever. Like, people probably just don't expect you to have multiple at once. Like, I don't generally expect, like, if somebody's got a talent, they're good in multiple areas. But you seem to be one of the lucky few that actually have that ability to just be good at various things. So adding raccoons next update. I saw them skittering over the floor. The character opens door to Spiffos. Oh man, the plushies are fun. Make myself. I'd make a plushie as well if I could like sew half decently, but I can't. So even with great practice, it would take me too long to reach a point of being just average, because I'm very not good at sewing. Raccoon noises intensify. Oh man, I would love to have like a various like raccoon noises in here. It'd be great. As I said, I do not look like somebody that wants to make plushies. Really? How the fuck are you supposed to judge somebody visually on whether or not they're interested in making plushies? I'm literally confused, the Waver. Like, what the fuck? Like, anybody can be interested in plushies. Like, literally anybody can be interested in making, like, creative stuff. Like, but I don't know. It always bothers me when people, like, not you, I'm just saying, like, when people in general kind of, like, make assumptions about people based on, like, visual stuff. It's like, you can never judge somebody because, like, some things are just so fucking not immediately visible. Talents and interests and stuff like that. Is this fence not made? Sasha's starting fires. Oh, man. What was that? So I do not look like I'm capable of living in the forest for 2 weeks, yet still doesn't stop me from enjoying it. Actually, speaking of that, I was watching a fellow, I know I've found his videos on TikTok. I'm not advocating for TikTok. I'm just saying that's where I found his shit. Anyway, he's a lawyer that just goes bush for a few weeks every now and then. And the dude just looks like your absolute standard, like possibly, D&D, possibly like computer game enthusiast type of guy. And then he goes bush, and he's the most like Boy Scouts type of guy you've ever met. Like you could tell that that's the kind of stuff that he enjoyed growing up and stuff with like his family, is just going woods and stuff. And he's just really fucking good at it. And he loves to like share his passion with people, and it's very interesting to watch. And it is a little like initially jarring, but once you're kind of used to watching him, it's kind of like, well, yeah, I can really see where his like enthusiasm and love for this came from. Oh, we got this made. Hold on. Who's my resident social? Hold on. It'd be somebody with warden. Army is 11, 13, 14. Anesan will do. Can you call for somebody, please? So we can get some fucking resources in here. Rest have nothing to do with what we like or food or good at. I get told I look like someone who plays video games. Oh, you don't look like somebody that plays video games. That's the thing, though, is like, okay, so the most interesting person I met when I was working at the computer store was a fellow that I think was in either the Army or Air Force. And the dude looked like he was 100% a bodybuilder. That was the first thing that caught my eye, because obviously I did bodybuilding at the time. And so I was like, okay, well, I can tell by muscle definition that this guy exclusively does bodybuilding type stuff. And here he was like picking out a custom PC. He knew all of his bits and pieces. He knew what he wanted to use it for. He knew what games he was going to use it for. He knew all the ins and outs of all that stuff. And I was absolutely blown away, because it was just, at the time, to my very young brain, it was shocking. It was just unusual. But as like much older person that's a little bit more kind of like knows a bit more about the world and shit like that, like, I don't know, it just doesn't surprise me that somebody can have multiple interests while also being passionate about fitness and or having it relevant to their job and stuff like that. Like, it just seems completely normal and logical that somebody could have multiple passions. And like, just the young mind that I had at the time was just like, no, if you look like a jock, you can't be interested in nerdy stuff. And it's like, no, that's just a really poor representation, stereotype type thing. But you kind of learn that as you get older anyway. That's one of the nice things, at least, like, you get to move past it eventually. They said I look like a hardworking person. I like making buildings, not plushies. What? You look like you like making buildings, not plushies? The fuck? Mind you, I think I get what that's coming from, because you do want to get buffed, so they might be commenting on perhaps physique build, perhaps. I think that might be where that's coming from. Especially since I know you've been working on becoming buff for a while. It's nice to see Monkey out here, honestly. Fernandez. That's strong. Maybe you just look visually strong. Because, like, that's the only thing I could think of in relation to that. But then again, like, you know, I think I look normal. That's the thing, is I can't see the waiver, so I can't judge. But, like, as far as I could tell, like, if somebody's gonna say, like, if normally when you comment that somebody could build things, it normally means that you look strong, or perhaps more like you'd be into heavier kind of labor type work, not so like tedious fine crafts and stuff. That's the only thing I could think of, and I only think of it because I know that you're trying to get buff. So it sounds like they think of you as some Amazon. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think, considering like you're going for like trying to get stronger and stuff like that, it's probably actually a good thing. But yeah, people's perceptions can be so far off. Is it? I never use Amazon. not Amazon not Amazon the website or whatever. Amazon like an Amazonian woman, like a big strong like what do you call it? Like a powerful woman, very strong, very sort of commanding sort of thing. I guess kinda. I wouldn't probably necessarily say an Amazon would be bodybuilder, but then again, what do you call it? Okay, what's everybody's definition of Xena? Because she was supposed to be an Amazon, wasn't she? Would she be considered as a bodybuilder or not? This is the weird topics we get into tonight. 2, 3, 4. What should be about where I need 5. Go. Alright. Should be like that. So 1, 2, 3. I do not want a bodybuilder. No, but you can have like a physically strong body. 3. There we go. Not bodybuilder. More like confident, tall woman figure. Yeah. There's a difference between bodybuilding and a strong woman. So strong and powerful, there's a level of confidence involved. It's very hard to fucking try to explain this. Because, no, that can be bodybuilding, but then again, also, however, bodybuilding doesn't necessarily equal giant ass muscles. So when I did bodybuilding, I didn't have giant ass muscles. I was incredibly strong. I did like 400 kilo leg press. But my muscles weren't busting out of my skin or anything like that. I still looked very feminine. And the thing was, like, I would have come across as very much like what we're talking about as an Amazon sort of woman with that kind of look, because I would have just been very strong, tall, confident, kind of woman, kind of thing. Bodybuilding, like, full surprises. Yeah, no, I used to do bodybuilding. So back before I got all my injuries, which is hence why I'm not still bodybuilding, otherwise I would be, I did weightlifting for a hobby. And while I didn't try to compete or anything like that in any, like, bodybuilding tournaments or anything like that, and I didn't ever try to get, like, fat percentages down too low, none of that crap, right? I still did a stupidly high amount of, like, weightlifting. So every day I would go to the gym twice a day, and I think the morning was, I do in the morning. Morning was cardio before work, and then afternoon was my weightlifting routine. And I did that every single day, except for Sunday. Sometimes I go once on Saturday for cardio. But yeah, I did a lot of, like, weightlifting stuff. So I don't know how much you guys know of machines and stuff, but I think, let's see, leg press, we got up to, using 2 legs, it was 400 kilos. So kilos, not pounds. Bench press was like 55 to 60. Did I do push-ups? Yes, I did. I wasn't great at them, though, because I use a slightly different muscle group to weights machines. So it was a little bit harder for me to do that, but I could still do them. I didn't do a lot of, like, push-ups or, like, sit-ups and stuff like that. Star jumps were a problem because I've got a big chest, so you kind of need, like, a heavy-duty fucking bra for that. So not my ideal type of exercise. So what's your high score? What do you mean high score? This isn't a game. This is actual exercise. I did a lot of lifting when I was in the military, but not really anymore. My job is a lot of work. Yeah, your job is a lot of physical work, though. Yeah, no, I used to do... What else did I do? I used to also fuck around with the leg machine, too, doing, like, single legs and stuff. I, like, really liked doing a lot of the leg stuff. I was all about that, like, leg day, except I never, like, specified, like, I never split up activities. So if I went to gym, I did full body exercise every time I went, every single day. So every single day, my entire body ached, and it was just part of it. So I'd go to gym and I'd do legs and arms and back and stomach, and then I'd go and do that the next day. And some days, if I did it right, I could barely walk out of there. If I did it really well, I could probably barely lift my groceries, stuff like that. And or you try to like sit down or like get up out of bed or something like that, and like your guts would hurt from like all the muscles from just being weak and sore and stuff. What is it? I do the push-ups, then the clap ones, like the push-ups, and then the clap ones. Jesus, I never tried doing the clap ones. Okay, so part of the problem I've got with doing push-ups in general is, again, big chest. So every single time I try to do push-ups, there's a lot of there's not a lot of space between the ground with my chest. So it's kind of like forcing past that. It's the reason why I don't like push-ups. I use all the machines for that shit. So minus 40 push-ups. Well, when we did karate, we had to do 100 of everything. We had to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 star jumps. We had to run for a set distance, all that shit, because that was like something I did when I was young as well. So I did karate, and I did kickboxing. I loved kickboxing. Gosh, I feel like you crack me up. Look, real facts, Mirthless. Real facts. Like I still am a very tall, busty woman. So exercise can be difficult when you have boobs. It's just a fact. They're either in some way in the way, or they're in some way adding weight to an area that doesn't already need the additional. So yeah, it makes it complicated, especially since the fun fact is the smaller you get, the less sports equipment exists for a body type with big boobs and small body. So the good thing is, like, I always stayed as like an Australian sort of like size bracket kind of thing that I could kind of fit into a couple of different clothes range. Like, I'm not going to fucking mention clothes range because people just don't understand. If you're tall and you've got muscles, shit's just like, you're not going to be a stick. Like, that's the thing, is you're not going to be like super weedy. You're going to be like very defined. Like, we talked about this with what was it, Diablo. Like, the body frame on one of my characters is very similar to the kind of like weightlifting body that I had. Is it coming in, and the first thing I hear is big boobs and small body. Look, yeah, got automodded for that one. Look, there's conversations some days. We're talking about weightlifting, and we're talking about the challenges that I faced when I was doing weightlifting. I've had injuries and stuff since, so I can't enjoy my weightlifting anymore. I'm doing light stuff, but I just don't have the machines. I don't have access to machines, and I don't feel comfortable going to a gym. So I know I shouldn't feel uncomfortable about this, but I just want to say it, is that when I go to a gym and I work out, my brain tells me that everybody knows that I'm not doing what I used to be able to do, and it's really embarrassing, even though nobody at this gym knows who the fuck I am or cares. So I have a lot of problems with that, whereas I can go and do exercise privately in my own home, and I don't really have much of a problem with that. It's just I don't have access to the same kind of machines that would allow me to kind of like build up the strength and stuff. Plus, it also took me 2 years to recover from my injuries, because I had neck, back, and hip injuries. And then after that, I rolled straight into my Crohn's kicked off. And then I was down and out for a couple of years with that. And then I had to recover from that as well, which took, I think, 4.5, 5 years as well. So it really took me out of it for a long time. And a lot of like it did take a long time for the muscle mass to wear off. It really did. That was very interesting to watch, because for about 1.5 years, it stayed very lean, which was very interesting to watch. That's it. The same. After coming out of chemo and such, I lost so much weight and muscle. So my daily routine and meeting with private personal trainer. Yeah, when you've got a private personal trainer or someone where you can be. Now, Trantha, thank you for the gift sub, man. You don't have to do that. I also didn't fucking thank you earlier for fucking Shadows one. I'm sorry about that. No, thank you. But yeah, if you have somewhere private that you can exercise, it can help a lot. But I found that even working with a personal trainer privately after being so advanced and then coming down to so low and having injuries to work through and stuff, I just felt very weak. I felt very weak and insecure about it. And just being in somebody else's presence, even if they didn't care, just absolutely made me so low that I couldn't deal with it. That's why I don't have a personal trainer or anything like that now, apart from the fact I couldn't afford one if I wanted one. But I mean, you know, it's one of those things. I was at meetings once a week. So I wanted to be a personal trainer for a long time. So did I. I actually was studying towards being a personal trainer before I got my injury. And that kind of really crushed me because I wanted to be a personal trainer. I loved exercise and I'm very passionate and able to inspire people and stuff like that, apparently very easily. But when I suddenly got injured and basically my entire world changed because like I went from being able to, lift like 55, 60 kilos or something like that, or being able to bench like leg press, like 400 kilos, to suddenly barely being able to hold a grocery bag with like a couple of pieces of fruit in it and stuff, to like, it's such a fucking peg down. And so I was like, well, okay, that's not an avenue. And I may never reach a point where I can physically be that strong or fit ever again. And yeah, there's a lot of work involved in like having to come to accept that kind of thing. Was it? That life is so complex and difficult. Unfortunately, it's also rewarding. It can be rewarding. Sometimes life can be very, very hard, unfairly hard. And sometimes it cuts your break and reminds you that it's a wonderful thing. I just wish it would do that a little bit more often, So I liked coaching my subordinates for training. That's the other thing too, is so I have always enjoyed guidance. I've always enjoyed helping people. I think that's the other thing too, is you guys kind of tend to find that while I'm streaming as well. Like, I don't mind like it's not about like giving advice or saying what you should or shouldn't do and stuff like that. It's more about like just, I like being able to like give people a place where they can be and just be themselves and just be comfortable and stuff like that. And like, occasionally there's questions and occasionally there's like help you with a game or something like that. And I just enjoy stuff like that. Like when Shadow was getting back into the exercise and stuff like that, like I was very happy to like share any knowledge that he may want to ask, because like, yeah, I've still got the passion for it. I still do. It's still all there. It's just, sometimes it takes me a few minutes or like an hour to recall that information. That's it. I get you a bit. Most of the beef with coming to the gym is how weak I am compared to everyone else. The hardest part is knowing that when you go to a gym, everybody is thinking about themselves, not you. That's the hardest part, is knowing that even though your brain tells you that everybody's watching you and everybody is judging you, nobody actually is paying any attention to you. And if they are and they have negative thoughts, they can go fuck themselves, honestly. Because that shit doesn't belong at a gym. You're supposed to be fostering like a healthy environment and shit there. Come on, Beniko, you can do it. I was just like, did you do it yet? Did you guitar yet? I'm catching up. I'm a little bit behind, guys. I was like, that's understandable. I used to be incredibly strong. Never looked all that buff or big. But I was able to pick, able to pick a V12 motorcycle engine on my own. Almost literally die if I try that nowadays. Yeah, see, I feel the same. I feel the same with that. It can be very hard to go from very strong to very weak, or, especially if you've gone through chemo and stuff like that. Like, I actually almost got put on a dose of chemo medication for my Crohn's. It was supposed to be a treatment that was supposed to take it forwards. It's not like the actual chemo itself. it's a kind of variation of it. The way they use it was kind of like to kind of fix a larger portion of what the disease has done to me and kind of like allow me to have like a better life down the track. But in the meantime, it would absolutely tank my immune system, which is already very weak. So it was a very high risk situation, and I didn't want to go down that because the medicine was making me super drowsy before I even got on that. Yeah, there's a lot happening, and now I'm sick. I did manage to talk to my roommate,